Good morning, students. So already we discussed relations and functions, right? So it will be takes after 15 days back. After recording class, I took one online class. It is 2 hours time, 2 hours duration. So I finished almost 1.1 exercise 50%, but that is not available in YouTube, right? So for that reason, today I want to revision up to 1.1 50%. For that purpose, I already told you. So complete this material exercise 1.1. I already sent it to you. You can note down in your book. Then start listen by seeing that book, because this is a quick revision. Okay, up to exercise 1.1 50% portion. Quick revision, right? So total this class is completely revision class. Whoever not listen the previous videos also, definitely by seeing this 40 minutes class, you understand what is relations and functions in the exercise 1.1. And once again, one important point is Karnataka PU board syllabus decreases up to 30%, like, right? So in soon I will send that one also in the group. Okay, in particularly the topic in this chapter, they delete mainly two topics. One is compositive functions and another one is it is nothing but inverse of a function. It is very important, 5 marks question, but they deleted. So that's why we want to see. But the exercise 1.1 and 1.2 is there in our syllabus according to the PU board. In the COVID impact also, these two exercises are there, right? So that means in your examination these two are definitely there. So be careful that one, right? And also after completion of matrices exam, there is an examination on this chapter and LPP, right? Linear programming. Okay. Now, so what type of definitions we discussed in the previous video? We have to discuss that one, right? So the first one is, what is Cartesian product? Cartesian product, students, by seeing the video, you have to see your notes also. Without seeing the notes, only listen, you can't understand, right? See notes also. The Cartesian product is nothing but A cross B is a order pair A comma B such that A belongs to capital A and small b belongs to capital B. This is the definition of Cartesian product. After that we are giving some examples. After that we define subset. What is a subset? Let A and B are two non-empty sets. A is a subset of B, right? A is a subset of B. Every element of A is belongs to B. Every element of A is belongs to B. A belongs to capital A. That implies A belongs to capital B for every A, right? So A is subset or equal to B. This is another definition. By combining these two definitions, we define what is a relation. What is the definition of relation? It is very important, right? The definition of the relation is any subset of a Cartesian product. Any subset of a Cartesian product is a relation. That means A is equal to 1, 2, 3. B is equal to A comma B, right? Now A cross B is called the Cartesian product, right? So we want pairs 1 comma A, 1 comma B, 2 comma A, 2 comma B, 3 comma A, 3 comma B, right? This is the Cartesian product. Any subset of this one is relation. Already we give some examples. See page number 3. In page number 3, there is a set A is equal to 1, 2, 3. In that the first relation R is pi. Pi means empty set. There is an empty relation, right? And R2 is nothing but A cross A. A cross A means this is I will consider A to B. For suppose you have to consider A cross A this will be the relation defined on this set only, right? So A cross A means 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, and 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2, 3 comma 3. So this is A cross A. So I give the example R2. A cross A is one of the example, right? R3, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1. This is also example because 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2. This is 1 comma 1, this is 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 1. These are three are there in your R3. See the material, right? So therefore this is one of the relation. The next example R4, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, sorry, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. That means only the reflection pairs. 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, right? So the three elements is R4 relation. R5, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 1, 3 comma 2. So this is one type of relation. Like that we have to give some examples, and with that we analyze that reflexive, that one also. So now I am entering into the special kinds of relations, right? Special types. And this is most important. Confirm one question in this. What is reflexive relation? Very important. Reflexive relation, right? So for every A, small a belongs to capital A. For every A comma A belongs to R is called reflexive. Reflexive means the itself element, and that element and that itself element it belongs to order pair, that belongs to relation, that is called reflexive. So there is an element A belongs to A. Okay, for every A, not only single. You have A consisting of 3 elements, you get like this 3 pairs. A consisting of 5 elements, for this we have 5 pairs, right? So every pair is belongs to R, then R is called reflexive, right? For example, see in your examples I already given, right? R4. R4 is A consisting, A set is equal to 1, 2, 3, right? R4 is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. So R4 is your reflexive. See your material. Next, symmetric. Symmetric. If A comma B belongs to R, implies B comma A belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R, that implies B comma A, the reverse order. Here itself element. Here the reverse order. A comma B belongs to R, B comma A belongs to R. Then that relation, that R is called symmetric. That R is called symmetric. Check with an example of R3. 1 comma 1 is there. Again 1 comma 1 is there, right? 1 comma 2 is there. Again 2 comma 1 is there. So therefore 2 comma 1 is there, 1 comma 1 is there. R3 is symmetric. Okay? Now R3 is symmetric. Now, next, transitive property, third one, very important. Transitive property. What is transitive property? If A comma B belongs to R, and very important, and is also there, then only we can check. And B comma C belongs to R. A comma B is there, B comma C is there. Both are there, then only you can check. One pair there, another pair is not there, automatically it is transitive. That is called, already I told you, right? Trivially transitive. Okay? Both pairs are there, then the condition is it will transmit A comma C belongs to R. Right? So the B is escape, A to C, there is an order pair. A comma C is belongs to R. So this type of relation is called a transitive relation. Now, a relation satisfies a reflexive, symmetric, transitive, that is called equivalence relation. Right? That is called equivalence relations. Now, up to the 50 whole complete exercise exercise 1.1 depending upon this definition only. Equivalence relation. Once again I repeat. Reflections law. First one, reflexive relation. Reflexive means itself a order pair. A comma A belongs to R for every A. Second, symmetric. If A comma B is there, the reverse. B comma A is there, then R is called symmetric. Transitive. A comma B is there, B comma C is there. Now the transitive A comma C is there, that is transitive. A relation R satisfies reflexive, symmetric, transitive, then that relation is called equivalence relation. This is the basic part of the chapter. Now we are entering into the problems. I already did one YouTube video is there now, right? First you have to listen that one also. I clearly explained up to this. One problem is also explained in that video, previous video. After the remaining are online classes. Online means there is a sharing of our PPT. Okay, sharing of the slides. I will teach. Somebody option na they forgot, they missed that topic. For that reason, okay, I told once again today I complete that up to that part, 50% of 1.1. Okay. First problem. Up to that I can go through some speed, no problem, okay? Because we want to complete the syllabus. Right. The first problem. What is the relation R? See in your notes also, right? Already we discussed these problems. T1 comma T2 such that T1 is congruent to T2. This is the relation given. My set, I read once problem, sorry if you want. Let T be a set of all triangles in a plane with a relation R in T given by R is equal to order pair T1 comma T2. T1 is congruent to T2. Show that R is an equivalence relation. This is the problem. In that T1 is congruent to T2. This is the first one. So I want to prove that R is equivalence relation. That means I want to prove that R is reflexive, R is symmetric, R is transitive. First one, I want to prove R is reflexive. Every triangle is congruent to itself. Every triangle is congruent to itself. That means there is a triangle T, it is congruent to itself only. To be frank, it is equal, right? So congruent means similarity. It is a congruent to itself. So therefore, automatically, for every triangle it is possible, R is reflexive. This relation is reflexive. Now, second one. If second property symmetric, right? If T1 comma T2 R belongs to R. What is this meaning? T1 comma T2 belongs to R means T2, that means T1 is congruent to T2. That is the relation, right? T1 is congruent to T2. T1 is congruent to T2 means we say that T2 is congruent to T1. Is it right or wrong? T1 is congruent to T2 means automatically by congruent property T2 is also congruent to T1, right? A B equal అయితే B A equal అవుతుంది. That for that reason, right? So here for this definition T2 comma T1 belongs to R. That means I will start with if T1 comma T2 belongs to R, I get T2 comma T1 belongs to R. That means R is symmetric. I completed two properties. Now enter into third property. Transitive property. If T1 is congruent to T2, that means this is belongs to R, and T2 is congruent to T3, this is also belongs to R. What is this meaning? T1 comma T2 belongs to R means T1 is congruent to T2, right? I wrote the symbol. Okay, in the material there is a congruent, right? And T2 is congruent to T3. So this one is congruent to this one. Next, this one is congruent to this one. So now I conclude that T1 is congruent to T3. For your convenience, for a big understanding, A is equal to B, B is equal to C. Now I conclude that A is equal to C, right? Like that. So T1 is congruent to T3, right? So for this T1 comma T3 belongs to R. Now here I start with T1 comma T2 belongs to R, T2 comma T3 belongs to R. By concluding of these two is there in that pair, automatically T1 comma T3 is also belongs to R. So therefore R is transitive. So R satisfies reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Therefore, hence we show that we completed that. What is that? R is equivalence relation. Equivalence relation. Very simple, ma, and it is very easy and very important. Very easy and very important. And all the problems depending upon the three definitions. If you learn and you know about these three definitions, and then this exercise is very easy. What is the three definitions? First one is reflexive, second one is symmetric, third one is transitive. You have to clear knowledge about three definitions. The relation satisfies these three properties, that will be equivalence relations. Now all the problems are either that relation is equivalence relation or not. Equivalence relation or not, like that only. There is a small changes are there, problem to problem. This is our first problem. Now we are entering into the second problem. Right. Let L be the set of all lines in a plane. All lines we consider, right? And R be the relation. See in your material, right? R be the relation in R, defined as R is equal to order pair L1 comma L2. L1 is perpendicular to L2. What is our R? Our R is order pair L1 comma L2 such that L1 is perpendicular to L2. This is given our relation. Show that R is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. That means they are given answer also. It is not reflexive, it is not transitive, but it is symmetric. Show that by using property. So answer is already in the question. Like this, it is very easy question. Okay, first of all, reflexive. What is a line means? L1, L2, L3. I consider 3 lines. 2 lines are parallel and 1 line L3 is perpendicular to L1 and L2. Now, L1 is perpendicular to L2 is there, then we get this type of order pair, right? Now, I want the order pair L1 comma L1. Is it possible? Every line is perpendicular to itself. I consider L1 is perpendicular to itself. Is not possible, right? So L1 line is not perpendicular to itself. To be frank, it is same line parallel, right? So therefore, L1 comma L1 is not belongs to R for every L1. For every L1 belongs to L. Why? Because every line it is not perpendicular. That is the condition. Next, symmetry. L1 comma L2 belongs to R if. What is the meaning? What is this meaning? L1 comma L2 belongs to R. That means L1 is perpendicular to L2. Right? That is the relation meaning. L1 is perpendicular to L2. Now, L2 is perpendicular to L1. See this one. L1 is perpendicular to L3. Now, L3 is perpendicular to L1 or not? Yes. Simple example is our coordinate system. X-axis is perpendicular to y-axis. Y-axis is perpendicular to x-axis or not? Yes, obviously, right? So, L2 is perpendicular to L1. That implies L2 comma L1 belongs to R. This is the condition. So L1 comma L2 belongs to R. L2 comma L1 belongs to R. That means the pair reverse. So it is symmetric. So what we can prove now? Transitive. Already we finished reflexive is not reflexive, is a symmetric property. Now we want to prove it is not transitive. Not transitive. So what about the transitive property? For suppose if L1 comma L2 belongs to R, L2 comma L3 belongs to R. Now my conclusion, L1 comma L3 is belongs to R or not belongs to R. In this problem it is not belongs to R. Why? We can check it. Here L1 is perpendicular to L2 for this pair, right? And for this pair L2 is perpendicular to L3. L1 is perpendicular to L2. L2 is perpendicular to L3. Now, what is the relation of L1 to L3? See here. L1 is perpendicular to. Just wait now. I will give you with the diagram. Diagram explanation. Okay. This is L1. Right? I will take the perpendicular line L2. Now I will take another perpendicular L3. Are you understand? The first line is this one, L1, perpendicular to L2, right? Now L2 is perpendicular to L3. L2 is perpendicular to L3. Now what is the relation of L1 and L2? Is these two are perpendicular? Y-axis perpendicular? No. Y-axis. In fact, it is parallel. That's why I write that one. Okay. So here L1 is not perpendicular L3. So therefore L1 comma L3 is not belongs to R. Therefore L1 comma L3 not belongs to R. Therefore R is not transitive. So from this problem the relation L1 comma L2 belongs to R. The L1 is perpendicular to L2 is the relation which is only symmetric, not reflexive, not transitive. Right. Next problem. This is the second problem. Okay. Already we completed this one. This is only revision class. Please understand, this is a revision class. It is already over. Once again I finish today, and the next class this exercise I finish it. That's why my target. Okay, and any doubts definitely you can ask in the doubt app. Right. Next problem. Example 4, right? A is equal to 1 to 3. Now R is equal to 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2. R is equal to 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 3 comma 3, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3. This is the problem, right? Is reflexive but neither symmetric nor transitive. This relation is reflexive but neither symmetric nor transitive. We can check it. What is the reflexive property? My set is 1, 2, 3. If it satisfies reflexive means for every A belongs to capital A, order pair A comma A belongs to R. For suppose anybody have a doubt on reflexive, once again you can check it. For every A belongs to A, okay? For every A belongs to A comma A order pair belongs to R. For suppose 1 is there, right? 1 belongs to A. 1 comma 1 belongs to R or not? Yes. 2 belongs to A. 2 comma 2 belongs to R or not? Yes. 3 belongs to A. 3 comma 3 belongs to R or not? Yes. So there is an order pairs. The set consisting of 5 order pairs. A comma A order pairs are there. That is reflexive. Here 3 elements are there. 3 order pairs are there. 3 order pairs are there. Then we said that this relation is called reflexive. So therefore here clearly R is reflexive. You have to see any one of the example. I already given the notes. Okay. And next symmetric. What about the symmetric? For suppose 1 comma 1 is order pair there. 1 comma 1 is there. The reverse is also 1 comma 1, right or not? Yes. 1 comma 1 is there. The reverse is also same, right? So this is symmetric pair, symmetric one. This is also symmetric because 2 comma 2, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 3 comma 3. There is no confusion with the symmetric reflexive pairs. Reflexive pairs is automatically symmetric. But here 1 comma 2 is there. 2 comma 1 is there or not? No. 2 comma 3 there, but 2 comma 1 is not there. Similarly, 2 comma 3 is there. 3 comma 2 is there or not? Right? So therefore 1 comma 2 belongs to R if 1 comma 2 belongs to R, but 2 comma 1 does not belongs to R. Therefore R is not symmetric. By this one example it is enough. You want to prove this relation is symmetric, you want to prove every pair, but it is not symmetric, give me one example in that pair, enough. Not means one example, okay? But prove means you have to prove everything and satisfy every pair. That is an important. Transitive is also reflexive element to that pair. It is always gives that element only. Check it. 1 comma 1 starts with 1 comma 2. What happened? It comes 1 comma 2 only. With reflexive elements it is automatically transitive. Check with other elements. Transitive. The other elements is 1 comma 2 belongs to R and there is an order pair 2 comma 3 belongs to R. This implies 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3. So 2, 2 is over, then we get the order pair 1 comma 3 belongs to R or not. 1 comma 3 does not belongs to R. Are you understand? So there is a 2 pairs like this. 1 comma 2 ends with 2, starts with 2. That is an important. So 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3. But By applying the transitive property a comma b, b comma c, a comma c I want. So a comma c means 1 comma 3 does not belongs to R. 1 comma 3 order pair is not there. So therefore it is not transitive. That is the problem. I think you understand. Okay. Now we are entering into example 5. What is example 5? Show that the relation R on a set Z, Z means integers, okay, on a set of integers given by R is equal to order pair a comma b 2 divides a minus b. 2 divides a minus b is an equivalence relation. Show that the relation R is equivalence relation. That means we want to show reflexive, symmetric, transitive. All three are satisfied. So the relation is like this: a comma b such that 2 divides a minus b. Right? First of all, reflexive. How to show that reflection? I want a comma a order pair, right? So substitute in place of b a only. Substitute in place of b a and the same element only. A minus a. What happened? A minus a. Subtraction same thing. What happened? 0. Right? So obviously 2 divides 0 element. 0 by 2 is equal to 0, right? So any number divides 0. That is important, right? Understand? Divides property. So 2 divides 0. That means what happened? 2 divides a minus a. What is a minus b divides na? What happened? That the order pair belongs to R. So in this a comma a belongs to R. Therefore R is reflexive for every a. Here a is arbitrary for every a. So therefore R is reflexive. Once again I explain. See, here 2 divides a minus b. I want in reflexive a, b are two elements. The 2 elements are same, then that is reflexive, right? So for that reason I can consider b is also a. So like this you have to 2 divides a minus a. What is a minus a? 0. So 2 divides 0 or not? Yes. 0 by 2 is equal to 0. So it divides. Therefore a comma a is belongs to R for every a. For every element in a belongs to Z. For every a belongs to Z. But suppose you can consider a is equal to 5. 5 minus 5 0. So divided by 2, right? Like that. Okay. Now I enter into the symmetric property. Symmetric property. If a comma b belongs to R, what is this meaning? So what is the symmetric property? If a comma b belongs to R, b comma a reverse order is also belongs to R, then that is symmetric. We can check it first of all. What is a comma b belongs to R means 2 divides a minus b. This is the meaning of that pair belongs to R. A comma b belongs to R means 2 divides a minus b. That is the meaning. Next, for this I want to write like this: divides minus of a minus b. Is it possible? Is it possible? 2 divides a minus b means 2 divides 4. 4 by 2 is equal to 2. That means now minus 4 by 2 is also divisible or not? Yes, because it is minus 2 answer. Clear? So 2 divides a minus b. In similar case 2 divides minus of a minus b. And that means 4 అయితే minus 4, right? So what is that meaning? By multiply with minus, 2 divides b minus a. 2 divides b minus a. Why? Because multiply with that b positive, a negative. That means b minus a. What is this meaning? 2 2 divides a minus b means a comma b is there. 2 divides b minus a means b comma a belongs to R. Are you understand? Here the first element is a na that element. Second element b. So this will be changed here. So b comma a belongs to R. Very important. It is already asked question. Previous year question. So 2 divides a minus b. That means 2 divides the negative number also. That's why 2 divides minus a minus b. Now I simplify minus of a minus b is nothing but b minus a. Okay. Now that b minus a is 2 divides b minus a means now the order pair is not a comma b. It is b comma a. Why? Because b is there here. Starts with b. Understand? So therefore b comma a belongs to R. Right. And now transitive. Transitive. If a comma b belongs to R, b comma c belongs to R. Transitive means we want two order pairs. A comma b with connection. B comma c belongs to R. Now I conclude that a comma c belongs to R, that is transitive. A comma c does not belong to R, that is not transitive. Now check. What is the meaning of a comma b belongs to R? A comma b belongs to R means 2 divides a minus b. Now same way 2 divides b minus c. 2 divides a comma b belongs to R means 2 divides a minus b. B comma c belongs to R means 2 divides b minus c. Now I want to prove that 2 divides a minus c. How it is possible? A minus b, b minus c. Very simple. By adding of the two. By adding of the two. I will write then explain. 2 divides a minus b plus b minus c. Is it right? Is it right or not? That is my question. Here 2 divides the element. Take one example. 2 divides 4. 2 divides 8. 2 divides 4. 2 divides 8. Now 2 divides the sum of 4 plus 8. Check it. 4 plus 8 is 12. This divides, right? So definitely the sum of the two division numbers is also divides by that number. So therefore the sum is the sum of the numbers. 4 plus 8 is also divisible. So therefore what happened here? By applying that 2 divides, these two are cancelled, we get our order pair. 2 divides a minus c. What is the meaning of a minus c? The first element a, comma, the second element c belongs to R. If I proceed with a comma b belongs to R, b comma c belongs to R, then we conclude that a comma c belongs to R. Right? So therefore R is transitive. Right? So R satisfies reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Therefore this is equivalence relation. Now after that there is an equivalence class. Okay, and that is not that much of important, but I explain very shortly. What is equivalence class? I will take that example 6 is for the explanation of equivalence class. Example 6 consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the elements in example 6. And the relation of a comma b such that both a and b either odd or even. Both a comma b are even or odd. That is the relation. What happened? Now I consider that the order pairs or the order pairs which starts with 1, 1 comma 2. Is it possible? 1 comma 2. No. Why? Because A, B having same, either odd or even. 1 is odd number, 2 is even. So 1 comma order pair, 1 comma 2 is not there. 1 comma 1? Yes. right? 1 comma 2, no, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 5, 1 comma 7. With 1 there is a that place. Similarly, 2 comma 2 is there, and 2 comma 1 is also there, right? Because even odd is not there, right? 2 comma 4, 2 comma 1 is not there. Why? Because 2 is even, 1 is odd. 2 comma 4 is there. Next, 2 comma 6, right? With 3, 3 comma 1, 3 comma 3, 3 comma 5, 3 comma 7. With 4, 4 comma 2, 4 comma 4, 4 comma 6. Are you understand the pattern? Here you can see one pattern. What is that? There is an odd number, we get 4. There is an even number, we get 6. Like that up to 7. So what happened? Here we can consider a set A 1, 3, 5, 7. Consider a set B 2, 4, 6. A set consisting of odd numbers, okay, 1, 3, 5, 7. B set consisting of even numbers 2, 4, 5. The union of these two, right? The relations is also not that. I will consider the element, starting element this. I get all these pairs 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 7 like that. I consider 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 7 like that. I consider 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6. I consider 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4, 6. I consider 6, 6, 2, 6, 4, 6, 6 like that. Okay, understand that one? So these are the pairs. Now here A and B are two sets. The union of two sets is your whole set. Sorry, this is a A. Consider this element set. Otherwise, this is A and B. This is U. That is best. Okay. So A union B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is your U. Right? So A union B is equal to your U whole set, and A intersection B is equal to 5. Then we say that A comma B are equivalence classes on U. That is the definition. Whenever the union is whole set, the intersection is empty, and the partition of all these are called, all classes are equivalence classes. Why? Because it is equivalence relation. It is equivalence relation or not, we can check it. In example 6, it is already equivalence relation. For suppose reflexive, A comma A are even or odd? Is it possible, right? 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. So this is odd pair, 1 comma 1 there, 2 comma 2, same only, right? So therefore automatically A comma A belongs to R. Why? Because A comma A is either even or odd, but not both mixed, right? That is an important. What about symmetric? First suppose 4 comma 2 is there, 2 comma 4 is there or not? Must and should be there. Why? Because these two are even, then only they get a pair. Automatically the reverse also, these two are even. Yes or no? So it is symmetric. What about transitive? 4 comma 2. Now I want with starts with the 2. 2 comma 6. There is no possibility with the 2 comma odd number, right? So what we get? 4 comma 6. This belongs to R. Why? Because this is also even numbers. I already given the neat material. We can see in that. You understand this one also. Now here we conclude that equivalence classes is nothing but the union is whole set, intersection is empty, and that is that R, the relation R is equivalence relation. Then only we said that are equivalence classes. I given the definition in the material and example, okay, and followed by the problem also. Now starts with exercise 1.1. Actually there is no that much of time, so I want to finish. It is very easy. See material, I will explain quickly. relation R in the set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and up to 14, defined as R is equal to x comma y 3x minus y is equal to 0. 3x. So that means here we written like this: x comma y such that y is equal to 3x. The element A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on up to 14, right? So here, which type of order pairs there? We consider 1, x value 1, y value is 3. X value 2, y value is 6. X value 3, y value is 9. X value 4, y value is 12. Right? X value 5, 15. There is no pair, no element 15 it belongs to capital A. So that's why this is the pair. 1, 1, 2, 2 is not there, so it is not reflexive. And symmetric, 1, comma 3 there, 3, comma 1 is not there, it is not symmetric. 1, comma 3, this is important. 1, comma 3 belongs to R and 3, comma 9 belongs to R. This implies 1, comma 9 belongs to R. Not belongs to R. Why? Because 1, comma 9 not there. For suppose you can put 1, we get 3, not 9. So therefore, this is not equivalence relation. And similarly, take homework. Second problem, y is equal to x plus y. It is not reflexive, not symmetric, but it is transitive. Note that it is transitive. Why? Because the pair 1, comma 6 is there. Now with 6 there is no pair. 1, comma 6, 2, comma 7, 3, comma 8. With that there is no transitive pairs. So it is trivially transitive. Here there is no, here 1, comma 3, 3, comma 9 is there. Okay. So like this, there is no this pair, it is also trivially transitive. This is there, that's why it is not transitive. In this 1, comma 6, 2, comma 7, 3, comma 8. Here 1, comma 6, there is no pair with 6. 2, comma 7, there is no other pair with 7. Starts with 7. 3, comma 8, there is no other pair with starts with 8. So therefore, this is transitive. Not transitive. This is transitive. Okay, you have concluded this is not transitive, it is wrong. Be careful with here. Because I already read, there is no pair starts with 6. So R is transitive. He is not contradicted here. Contradicted means opposition. There is no opposition because there is no other type of pair. That's why. That is the meaning. Next. Relation A is equal to 1 to 6 and y is divisible by x. Divisible is automatically, there is a pairs. Okay, it is a reflexive. Why? Every number is divisible by itself. And symmetric also. Oh no, it is not symmetric. Why? Because 2 divisible by 4. 4 is not divisible by 2. Yes or no? Because smaller number, bigger number. 2 by 4 by 2 is 2. 2 by 4 is 1 by 2. It is not perfectly divisible. 0.5 km, right? So therefore it is not symmetric. Transitive. Transitive means y is divisible by x and z is divisible by y. And now z is divisible by x or not? Yes, it is possible. Why? Because 2 divisible by 4. 4 divisible by 8. So 2 divisible by 8. Is it possible? Are you understand? X minus y is an integer. Yes, x minus x is 0. 0 is an integer. It is reflexive. And x minus y is integer. Minus x minus y is also integer. That means y minus x is also integer. Right? X minus y minus x minus y. That is y minus x. Y x comma y belongs to R. Y comma x belongs to R. See in the material. So therefore, this is also symmetric and transitive also. Why? Because x minus y is an integer, y minus z is an integer, the sum is also integer, right? 3 is an integer, 4 is an integer, 3 plus 4 is plus 7 is integer. So therefore that is also integer. X. Now we have to take a fifth one is a homework for you. Okay. So these are different types of problems are there. For suppose x comma y such that x and y work at the same place. Work at the same place. It is equivalence relation. Why? Because me and me, that means only a comma a means myself only. This belongs to same set. Okay, so kabatti x comma x is also belongs to R, so it is reflexive. X comma y belongs to R, y comma x is also belongs to R. This is also symmetric. X comma y, y comma z. So x, y, z, three are working at the same place, right? So therefore it is also transitive. Quick it. The fifth problem is